Hello, chemistry students. Here are your page 243 C, D, F, and G corrections. So again, if you had some questions or problems with this homework, this is your opportunity to watch and listen as I work through these problems. So on page 243, part C says convert a speed of 90 kilometers per hour to meters per second. So this one is asking you to take 90 kilometers per hour and figure out how many meters per second that is. So again, you're going to start with your given, which is 90 kilometers, but because there's two units, you need to make sure you know which unit's in the numerator and which units in the denominator. Notice in this problem, I need to change kilometers to meters and hours to second. And the order in which you do that, it doesn't matter. So if we do hours, what we easily know about hours is minutes. And hours have to go in the denominator because we need them to cross out. So minutes on the top and seconds on the bottom. So 1 hour is 60 minutes and 1 minute is 60 seconds. Right now we're in kilometers per second. We want meters per second. So now we need to change kilometers to meters, and because kilometers is in the numerator here, it has to be in the denominator. Again, this is the metric system. A kilometer is bigger, and when you count down, it's 1,000 or 10 to the third meters. So now I'm in meters per second, so I'm ready to do this. Again, on my calculator, I'm going to type in 90 times 1,000. And I'm going to divide that by 60 times 60. So 90 times 1,000 divided by, use my parentheses, 60 times 60. And I get 25, which is okay in terms of significant figures. Really, if we're kind of being careful here, and this 90 only has 1, so we probably really should say that this is 30 meters per second. So, again, that's how you do letter C. Letter D asks you to convert a speed of 65 feet per second to miles per hour. So, again, this one is saying 66 feet per second equals how many miles per hour? Again, we start with our given, which is 66 feet per second. Again, though, we just want to make sure we know which one's in the numerator and which is in the denominator. Again, we need to change feet to miles and seconds to hours. And order that we do that doesn't matter. So, seconds we can easily change to minutes. And minutes we could easily change to hours. So now I'm in feet per hour, but I want miles per hour. So now I need to change feet to miles. Feet have to go on the bottom because they're on the top, and miles goes on the top. And they tell me up here the problem that 1 mile is 5,280 feet. 1 hour is 60 minutes. 1 minute is 60 seconds. And I'm going to be in miles per hour, which is what I want, so I'm all done. On my calculator, I'm going to type 66 times 60 times 60. And I'm going to divide that, and I don't need any parentheses because I just have one number to divide by, 5,280. So 66 times 60 times 60 divided by 5,280. And again, I should have two significant figures, and I get 45 miles per hour. Letter F. Convert a density, letter F, yes. 1 mole of sulfur has a mass of 32.1 grams. Find the mass in kilograms of 64.8 moles of sulfur. So this one is asking me to take 64.8 grams of sulfur, or sorry, not grams, 64.8 moles of sulfur, and figure out what the mass is in kilograms of sulfur. So again, I still start with my given, which is 64.8 moles of sulfur. Again here, I'm going to use a tool from my toolkit because I know moles of sulfur to grams of sulfur, that's my molar mass. And then grams of sulfur to kilograms of sulfur, that's within the metric system. So 1 mole, and I want to use 3 significant figures, so my molar mass is 32.065, so I'm going to use 32.1. And then a kilogram is larger, so I make it 1, and it's 1,000 or 10 to the third grams. So again, on my calculator, I'm going to type in 64.8 times 32.1 and divide that by 1,000. So 64.8 times 32.1 divided by 1,000. And again, I want 3 significant figures. My calculator gives me 2.08008. So with 3 significant figures, that's going to be 2.08 kilograms of sulfur for letter F. And lastly, letter G. 1 mole of this has a mass of this. Find the number of moles in 18.74 kilograms of our compound. We'll just call it equals how many moles of our compound. And again, this here that they gave me, this is the molar mass. So this is 155.1 grams of compound per 1 mole. You don't have to calculate it out. So again, 18.74 kilograms of my compound is what I start with. I'm going to convert kilograms of my compound to grams of my compound using the metric system. Then I'm going to use my molar mass of my compound to take my grams of my compound to my moles of my compound. And again, they told me that 1 mole is 155.1. And a kilogram is larger, and it's 1,000 or 10 to the third grams. So again, on my calculator, I'm going to take 18.74, multiply it by 1,000, and then divide that answer by 155.1. And I should have 4 significant figures. My calculator gives me a big long decimal number, and with 4 significant figures, it's going to be 120.8 moles of our compound. So again, that's how you do those problems. If you were struggling, I hope that helps. This is exactly the work that you should have on your paper for each of these problems. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow.